Hello everyone and welcome to this video from VNA classes, and in this video we will be discussing about the topic synapse. So what are synapses? They are the gap between the two neurons. Okay, as you can see in this diagram, this is the axon of first neuron and these are the dendrites of the second neuron. So the space which is formed between the axon and the dendrite of two neurons is called the synaptic space or the synapse. Okay, why are these spaces important? Because it is at these places that the electrical impulse which was carried by the axon, it gets converted into a chemical impulse in the form of neurotransmitters. Okay, and these neurotransmitter will stimulate the second neuron that contains these receptors for the neurotransmitter, and the second neuron gets stimulated by these. And again, the impulse in the form of neurotransmitter, which is a chemical impulse, gets converted into an electrical impulse in the second neuron. Okay, so the synapse is a place where there is conversion of electrical impulse into a chemical, and again the conversion of chemical impulse into an electrical impulse. So now let's see what are the parts of the synapse. Okay, so the first neuron from which the impulse is being carried is called as the presynaptic neuron. Okay, if we break this word, pre means before and synapse means the space between the two neurons. Okay, so this neuron is before the space, so it is called as the presynaptic. Similarly, the neuron which is after this space is called as the postsynaptic, and the gap between these two is called as the synaptic cleft. Okay, now these receptors which are present on the postsynaptic neurons are called as ligand-gated channels. Why are they called as ligand-gated channels? Because these channels will open only when a ligand, in this case which is a neurotransmitter, will get attached to these receptors. Okay, let's see what are other parts. This is the axon terminal, okay, the end of the axon, and these round structures, these are the synaptic vesicles. These synaptic vesicles, they store the neurotransmitter. So these are all the parts of the synapse, and these synapses, they can be of two types. If you find this video useful, don't forget to press the like button. The first type is called as the electrical synapse and the second type is called as the chemical synapse. Here in the diagram, it is representing a chemical synapse. Okay, what is the difference between the two synapses? The chemical synapse is unidirectional. As we just studied, the impulse will get transmitted from a presynaptic to a postsynaptic because the postsynaptic have these receptors for neurotransmitter. So the impulse can only travel from presynaptic to postsynaptic. So it is a unidirectional flow of the impulse. And the disadvantage of chemical synapse is that it is slow. Okay. Whereas the electrical synapse are bidirectional. Okay. The impulse can flow on either sides and it is a faster synapse as compared to the chemical synapse. So this is all that we need to study about the synapse. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, do click the subscribe button to never miss any video from VNA classes, and don't forget to click the bell icon.